What if Zeke and Pieck attacked Paradis? How does the story of Attack on Titan change? First, Zeke was Marley's most powerful asset. His royal blood allowed him to command Titans with devastating results through covert actions or in open battle. Plus, the Beast Titan's throwing abilities made him unstoppable as a mobile artillery unit. Pieck's Cart Titan was Marley's most versatile asset. It could move supplies throughout the battlefield, infiltrate enemy lines for long durations, and it could mow down enemies with the right equipment. Pieck and Zeke attacking Paradis requires Bertholdt, Ani, and Marcel to stay behind. Bertholdt's Colossal Titan will cover for Zeke's destructive capabilities. Ani's female Titan is versatile in combat and can also call Titans to her, although only from a short range. Lastly, Marcel's intelligence combined with the Jaw Titan's speed gives Marley more destructive power, but loses the support and intelligence gathering that Pieck brings. This combination isn't perfect, but it's enough to deter rivals from attacking Marley. Zeke, Reiner, and Pieck will now begin their operation to retake the Founding Titan. Before they depart, Marley will inject Eldian prisoners with Zeke's spinal fluid and bring them to the island. Zeke will transform them and command them to follow him. He and Reiner will ride the Cart Titan all the way to the wall. They never need to stop because of the Cart Titan's speed and endurance. Because of this, Ymir never gets the chance to attack them. At the wall, Reiner will transform and destroy the gate. I should note that the gate covering Shiganshina and the gate covering Walmeria are identical. I'm not sure why Reiner believed only Bertholdt could break the external one. Once the gates are destroyed, Zeke's Titans will flood into the wall, and Pieck will bring the warriors to Wall Rose. Now let's discuss how Zeke's plan differs from the original warriors' plan. Reiner, Bertholdt, and Ani believed that the Founding Titan would defend the walls, so the warriors destroyed Walmeria and Rose to provoke the Founder into attacking them. They also believed that killing too many Eldians would cause the Founder to unleash the rumbling or wipe everyone's memories. This misconception prevented the warriors from properly hunting down the Founding Titan. Zeke, by contrast, knows the Founder won't fight back under any circumstances. Zeke's plan is actually identical to Grisha's plan. He wants to infiltrate Walsina, befriend the nobles, and silently hunt down the Founding Titan. In fact, Walmeria was only destroyed to help the warriors infiltrate. Once the warriors settle into Wall Rose, Zeke gets conscripted to take back Shiganshina, and he'll use this opportunity to work his way up and join the military police. On the way, he will also look for people that share his ideology. He's looking for Eldians that, if told the truth, would come to the conclusion that euthanasia was the only solution. However, he finds no one. In fact, Zeke is puzzled by people continuing to fight, despite the odds being stacked against them. He also feels disgust whenever Erwin gives speeches that glorify dying for humanity. Because a lot of the Titans inside Walmeria were created by Zeke, he's able to show off a proficiency with the ODM gear that allows him to get promoted to the military police. During all of this, Pieck and Reiner could only investigate as civilians because they weren't old enough to join the cadet corps. Pieck does manage to learn that King Fritz was a puppet and that a secret family actually rules the walls, but only Zeke could act on that information. In Walsina, Zeke is learning how corrupt the MPs are. In that organization, you move up through bribes and flattery, rather than working hard. Because Zeke has spent years as a double agent in Marley, he can take advantage of this and move up the ranks while gathering crucial information. Because Grisha murdered the founder and the nobles are suspicious of everyone, information regarding the founder is non-existent. So Zeke decides to focus on the two groups shrouded in the most mysteries, the Rice family and the Church of the Walls. The Church seems like they know the truth as well, and the Rice family was conveniently attacked the same time they destroyed the walls. Zeke will investigate the church himself, while he'll ask Pieck to investigate the Rice chapel. Pieck finds the chapel under repair, with MPs crawling around the area. Pieck inspects the ruins and concludes that only a Titan shifter could have done it. But there's no way that brainwashed Eldians would ever attack the founder, let alone getting their hands on one of the 9 Titans. Pieck wonders if one of Marley's rivals found the missing attack Titan and used it to capture the founder before them. Pieck decides that investigating further is too risky. As of now, both Pieck and Reiner are members of the 104th Cadet Corps, so let's talk about their experiences there. Reiner has become a complete loner. The guilt of killing thousands and living with his victims has destroyed him. Unlike in the original, he isn't hiding behind a second personality. The only thing keeping Reiner sane is his devotion to Marley and his desire to see his mother again. If you want a better picture, his personality now is nearly identical to Season 4 Reiner. Pieck started off the cadet training as a social butterfly. She quickly became friends with everyone. She would find it amusing that Eren shares the same last name as Zeke and would consider teasing Zeke about it. Pieck never bought into Marley's propaganda about the Island Devils, so her friendships were actually genuine. But as she learns more about the other cadets, the guilt of destroying Walmeria and ruining all of their lives would begin to overwhelm her. Pieck would begin isolating herself to focus on her mission. She only became a warrior to save her father and knows that betraying Marley puts him at risk. During graduation, Pieck joins the military police to better investigate the Rice family, while Reiner joins the Survey Corps. Having Reiner remain in Walrose gives the warriors more flexibility and coverage. Plus, he isn't as good a spy as Pieck and Zeke. Eren and Armin join the Survey Corps as normal soldiers, while Mikasa is added to Levi's squad. Mikasa is a generational soldier, and Erwin believes she can be a powerful weapon for humanity. Originally, Eren's Titan transformation took the focus off of Mikasa's skills, but because the warriors never destroyed Walrose, Eren never reveals his Titan form. Mikasa trains with Levi's squad, while Eren and Armin are trained in the scouting formation. During all of this, Erwin will order smaller operations to move materials and plan routes to Shiganshina for an operation to take back Walmeria. When the time comes to take back the walls, they'll need to seal the breach while under siege by Titans. So having the materials already in Shiganshina and having secured supply lines so reinforcements can arrive is crucial. Eventually, Erwin announces the 57th expedition to secure a path to Shiganshina. Back in Walsina, Pieck completed her investigation and learned Rod Rice survived the attack. Interrogating him will reveal who stole the founding Titan. Right now, Rod is staying in the shadows to prevent the nobles from discovering the founder was stolen, and neither Pieck or Zeke know how to drag him out. But something changes their focus. Since Pieck joined the military police, she can speak to Zeke more freely, which allows for small talk. Before, she could only talk to Zeke after sneaking into Walsina, so only important things were discussed. But that changed since Pieck joined the military police. Zeke asks Pieck about her cadet training, and Eren Yeager gets mentioned. Pieck is bringing up soldiers that stood out and might be a threat in the future, so Eren's obsession with liberating humanity and slaughtering his enemies is mentioned alongside Mikasa's inhuman physical strength. Zeke has built his entire ideology on opposing Grisha and justifying to himself why turning him in was correct, even though he's sure that Grisha died. Hearing that description of Eren forces Zeke to ask for more information. Pieck doesn't know everything about Eren. She mentions that his father was a doctor and both his parents died in Shiganshina. Pieck notices that Zeke's face fills with shock and disgust when the word doctor leaves her lips. Zeke quickly composes himself and changes the subject. But Pieck wonders what's the connection between Eren and Zeke. Pieck is skilled at noticing when someone's being genuine, and this was the first time that Zeke showed genuine emotions. She secretly asks Reiner to learn more about Eren's childhood and possible connections to Zeke. In a private room, Zeke begins freaking out. How did Grisha survive and make it to Paradis? Was he the person who attacked the Rice Chapel? Did he brainwash Eren as well? Zeke tries to convince himself that it's all a coincidence, as after all, how could Grisha survive? But he can't let it go, and he knows where he can find his answers, either from Rod Rice or Eren Yeager. In Walmeria, the gates open up. Erwin announces the 57th expedition, and Eren prepares himself to begin his fight against the Titans.